Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the DJ Sessions on Location Sessions, coming to you from ADE. Yes, that's Amsterdam. And I'm sitting here right now with my good friend coming in all the way from Mexico City, but you got another house down in Texas. You're all over the world, right?
Well, we come from Puebla, Mexico.
Puebla, Mexico. Well, it's Jerry Davila. Davila. I always get that wrong, but that's okay. It's okay. From around the world, what got you here? What brought you to Amsterdam this year?
Well, I think ADE is a huge event, and every DJ, every producer has to be here. We learn from everybody. We do a lot of networking here and interviews like this one. I think every ADE got something special for every artist.
Absolutely. I mean, it was our first year here last year, and I was just so overwhelmed by the amount of artists being backstage, hanging out, the partying. That can be a lot of fun. Speaking of parties, you have an event going on tonight. Tell us a little bit about that.
Tomorrowland is Tomorrowland. Tonight is going to be the party with VIP Records.
Okay.
We did some tracks with VIP Records, and we have the invitation around here. Jesus, la invitación no la pasas. We have the invitation for tonight en la revista.
That's going to be at Club Escape
Deluxe. Escape Deluxe, and it's going to be huge. Tonight, 11 p.m., 11:30. I'm going to play 11:30 p.m.
Awesome. Well, you know, we definitely like getting out there and seeing the action in the city of Amsterdam. How beautiful it is to have over, a 250,000 people over
crazy.
The 4 or 5 days. It just goes crazy.
It's crazy. More than 1,000 events.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. It's the place to be in. I think that, you know, I put a post on my socials the other day. I said, to go hang out with the top of the top and be with hundreds of thousands at the top of the top. You know, if you're right. If you're
at the same moment.
At the same moment. And if you're not, I don't want to look down on anyone and say, oh, you're not at ADE, you're nobody. But if you are somebody, you come to ADE.
You come to ADE.
You got to come to ADE and network. Speaking of networking, Block and Crown. Tell us all about Block and Crown.
Well, here it is, Block and Crown, our new project. We have some years with Block and Crown, and thank you, DJ Mac, for this post in the official magazine of ADE. Well, it's a project of funky house music. Okay. We did a lot of interviews about what music do I like. I like house music, but funky house music has really something special. So we produce and do funky house music and new disco music, and recover all the music from the past, bring it to the future with fresh beats.
And you have 9 labels that you work with here. I mean, I'm looking at
those are our labels.
Okay.
We put every different kind of music inside funky house in one of each label. For instance, we do music 110 BPM, so it goes to RH2. Or for instance, hard copy is the most hard music inside the funky house. In that way, people who buys that music out of Traxsource or Beatport or any platform know that specific label has a sound. Right?
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you look like crazy. This guy produced fast music and slow music, right?
You know, we were toying with the idea of starting our own label at the DJ Sessions. I was working with Luke from Futuristic Polar Bears.
Yeah.
You know, Luke and I were talking about that, and it's still in the works, but we're still deciding what our sound is going to be like. You know, we haven't determined what that's going to be yet, and who we're going to bring on board. If we're going to open it up to all artists that can submit, or are we just going to keep it internal with our own producers and produce? But, you know, I'm leaning more towards house. I like house music.
I think this is a very good decision, the thing that you're going to do with Luke, because you have to look what kind of sound do you want in your label. Otherwise, as I said before, if you put in one label different music, no one is going to follow you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if Super Circus here is one of our most famous labels inside Funky House, and we have a lot of music from 126 to 128 in that label with certain kind of sounds that people just buy it by looking, not hearing the music, by looking at it. Like, okay, this is another one. Should be good.
That's good. That's good.
And then we produce music. Let me tell you about it. We produce music with a good intro and a good outro to be easy for the DJs, for the new DJs, and from the DJs who works in a restaurant, in a bar. Not the DJs with a lot of energy from the club. That DJ who works in a restaurant across the world and can play the track and mix easy. So I've been in a lot of places, and they say, Jerry, we have 100 tracks from you, 200 tracks from you, because they're easy.
So that means I should start DJing by playing your music?
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, it's easier than mix pop music with a small entry, with different kind of notes, certain things, different sounds.
Tell me about some of these world gigs that you have going on, that you're playing around the world.
Well,
Tell us about
we
that.
just play in Singapore, we play in Phuket, we play in Ibiza. It's my first time that I play last summer in Pacha.
Pacha.
It was like something that I had to achieve in my life. Ibiza Pacha has something really special, and I had the opportunity to play there. People were crazy, amazing night. I fell in love with Pacha.
That still is on my bucket list to make it to Ibiza.
Pacha. Also, I play in Ushuaia.
Okay.
We play in Bahrain. Middle East. It is a different market, but really amazing.
What can we expect coming out in 2024 from your labels? What would we expect to hear? What would you focus on more? What sound are you going to be looking to focus on more? Are you feeling anything hitting the ground, running now?
Well,
being at ADE and saying, we're going to lean towards this.
Because we came from EDM and we reduced the speed to funky house. Now we also reduce a little bit more the speed to nu disco. And I think nu disco is easier to hear it on radio. And if you hear it on radio, you hear it in live. And from that point, you can do whatever you want. To become your sound more popular, you have to hit the radio. You have to compete with pop music. You have to compete with Justin Bieber doing house. Doing house. You have to compete with Ariana Grande. You have to Jason Derulo, but doing house music.
What happens when Justin Bieber starts doing house music?
Well, Justin Bieber is pop music, but because the importance of the artist, every radio station put Justin Bieber. So to be in that list, you have to have certain kind of music that you can play in a restaurant without being annoyed. Like, okay, that sounds. So what I want to do with this 24 is to hit that market, and from that market, build up.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. And does that also?
Because most of the DJs says, okay, I like Harwell. I'm going to do psytrance. I'm going to do hardstyle. I'm going to do fast music. I want to do big shows with a lot of energy. Okay, and what kind of people are going to listen your tracks? How many people? Are you want to be on radio? No, in every country. It's difficult to get those countries if you go slowly. The clearest example is Calvin Harris in USA. Right?
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of top DJs, top artists, you're trying to aspire to be one of the top 100 DJs in the world. Tell us about that journey and what that looks like, what the process is of trying to get onto that list.
Well, actually, now we have a lot of achievements on Traxsource, on Beatport. We have a lot of tracks on the list. According to BeatStats, who measures the DJs We are top #1 funky house DJ in the world.
Congratulations.
But thank you very much. But we're still working like we don't have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We're still working, focus, working every day, doing 6 tracks a week. 6 new tracks a week.
Wow. This is you or you and the team?
This is me and Adri, who is my business partner, who is part of this name Block and Crown. And we both release 6 tracks a week.
You both release 6 tracks a week. So that's
6
12 tracks a week.
No, 6 tracks. 6 tracks a week.
Together.
6 tracks a week together. And
that's 24 tracks a month, or is that 240 tracks?
1,500 tracks so far.
Oh my gosh.
Over
how many years?
More than 300 tracks. More than 300 tracks only this year.
God, you sound like me in interviews last year when I was like doing almost like 250 interviews last year. Yeah. That's a lot of tracks.
That's a lot of tracks.
That's a lot of tracks.
And
that's a good library.
And I think if we try a lot,
mm-hmm.
we have more opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It's like buying tickets for lottery.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you have that phenomenal studio at your house that I got to see once in an interview. I'd like to get another virtual interview with you.
You're welcome anytime.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to come down and check that out. You know, is there anything else you want to let our DJ Sessions fans know about before we let you go?
Yes. I think as you start with this interview, ADE is a huge platform, huge opportunity to come here and see what people is doing in life to become successful.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, if you are a DJ who are getting money out of the gigs, invest in your studio. You said it. Invest in your studio and things are going to be easier because you have better speakers, you have better players, you have better sets. And the other thing very important is don't drink during your set.
Don't drink during your set.
I personally don't drink alcohol. I never drink alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a weird guy. I never drink alcohol. But if you don't drink, your set is going to be in the same mood from the beginning to the end.
Mm-hmm.
People who lost in the alcohol, the set is going to be like that. And no one is going to take that guy seriously, even though he's doing the rest correctly.
I've seen some stage performances before where people drank before they went on stage, and then it wasn't pretty.
And then you say, "This guy is not good."
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
This is in my personal opinion, as I say. This is in my personal opinion. Yeah,
absolutely. Where can people find out more information about you and what you got going on?
Well,
best place to go.
We have Instagram, Block and Crown, Facebook, Block and Crown, website, Block and Crown, and listen to our music and tell us. We love the feedback. We've been in Singapore, we've been in Hong Kong, we've been in a lot of places, and they say, "Hey Jerry, we have a lot of your tracks. We love your music. This track is especially good. This track, I don't like this track because you didn't have the enough respect to that track."
Mm-hmm.
And it's also good to know in what we fail, right?
Well, it's always great to get feedback, especially from your peers, or what works.
Of course.
What might not work, what works somewhere might not work elsewhere.
Of course.
You know, I'm sure you get out there, and maybe even tonight you'll test out a few tracks on the crowd that they've never heard before and see what their feedback is and see if they go crazy. Again, where is that tonight? You're going to be at Club Escape
Deluxe tonight, 11:30 p.m. See you here at ADE. Today is Wednesday, 18th of October. See you tonight.
First day at ADE. We're super excited to be here. Thank you again for coming on the show, Jerry. Always a pleasure. We'll get another virtual interview with you here.
Thank you. And you're very welcome to our studio anytime.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to coming down there. Pueblo, right?
Puebla.
Awesome.
1 hour from Mexico City. So it's
1 hour.
Yeah. It's
1 hour drive or 1 hour plane ride?
1 hour drive.
Okay, 1 hour drive. I'm coming down.
Of course.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the show again.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. On that note, don't forget to go to our website, thedjsessions.com. Find us on X, Instagram, TikTok. Everywhere out there we're on all the socials. Just go to our website, thedjsessions.com. Over 600 news stories a month, exclusive interviews with like this guy right here, Jerry. And, coming to you from ADE, this is Darren and Jerry from Block and Crown for ADE. And remember, on the DJ Sessions, the music never stops.
Never.